And if you're spending too much time together behind the camera and not spending genuine human time together, it's going to make you very, very bitter. And you're going to slowly transform into people that you have never seen before. And honestly, I'm gonna say something that's controversial. I'm gonna say it. You guys can sue me. I don't care because I'm right. This is why I'm never shook and I'm never surprised or gobbledygooked or whatever to find out that the husband has cheated on the wife. I said it and I don't regret it. I don't care. You guys can cancel me. And no, I'm not drinking pee, so shut up. It just looks like it. Dude, it's no wonder a lot of these couples and channels end up going completely crazy. It's because there is this feeling of obligation and this feeling of dating your camera and not the person that you are in a relationship with. Hello everybody, it is me, Salem, and welcome back to my channel. I need to get a different chair. I have something very important to say to all of you. Thank you so much for all of your guys' positive feedback on my last video. For those of you who are fake and didn't watch my last video, it is this video where I talk about Dream and the situation that happened with him. He's here in the room with us now. Anyways, what the fuck? And look, I did a second video within the following week. Who would have thought I'd ever be consistent?
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
But alas, I'm here again because you guys know that there is always something that I can complain about, which is my favorite. What is the topic, you might be asking through your computer screen? First of all, I literally can't even hear you. So, second, look at my nails. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that. Look at them. I can slice. Cheese. I don't know. So here's the thing, guys. I was originally going to talk about the whole Try Guys situation, you know, but I really feel like that has been talked about so much. I don't know what's left to say, you know. There's not much I can really add to the conversation, mostly because I don't even know who the Try Guys are. The only reason why I know who they are now is because of the whole Ned Fulmer thing. You know what I mean? Like, I've never heard of them. But from what I have heard, not a big fan. We don't stan in this household. It's definitely not him. The only Ned that we stan in this house is Ned Flanders. And Ned from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. No, because I literally had the biggest crush on him when I was little. But speaking of relationships, I actually did want to make a video on the Try Guy situation. I just wasn't sure what else I could add to the conversation until my brain did this thing where it like comes up with like ideas and stuff. Instead of specifically focusing on that messy situation, why don't I just talk about YouTube relationships, social media relationships, you know, couple goals type content and why they always seem to fail? But before I get into all of that, what's up, Ace family? Hit that subscribe button, hit that like, comment down below, put that bell on for notifications so you always get notified from us here in the Ace family. And yes, I am part of the Ace family. I'm just a long lost cousin that they kicked out and now I don't have any access to my riches. My rightful riches. No, but seriously, subscribe or else. In this video, I'm going to be asking myself and you, the person who's watching, and I'm launching these questions out into the atmosphere for YouTube couples and social media couples to kind of ponder on in the multiverse, you know. 5 questions, and in this video I'm going to answer these 5 questions. First one is, why do people make this content? 2, what entices people to keep watching this type of content? 3, why is this content so popular? 4, how it goes wrong every time. And last but not least, how I think all of that can be avoided. I am not a relationship coach or relationship therapist, but I am a social media person and I have a husband. I know that in the commentary sphere, YouTube couples and family vlogging type stuff is super popular to criticize. And in this video, I don't necessarily want to criticize anyone. I take that back. I do want to. So this is going to be another long video. You guys know the drill. Go ahead and get some tea, get you guys' snacks, get all snuggled up. I wish I could get snuggled up right now because the weather here in Vancouver has been disgusting. And I was so excited to come back to Vancouver, Washington and experience the cold and the rain in the fall. And the weather has been completely awful. It's just like really hard, you know, like. So get snuggled up, guys. And of course, let me bring in my dog and let's get into this video. Part 1, the rise of the YouTube power couple. Why did this type of content blow up literally out of nowhere? People love not minding their business. People love the drama. People love the tea. People love to see other people in agony. Everyone on the internet wants to pretend like they're a good person and that they have high moral values just because they recycle and whatever. But the truth is, you will be following the Kardashians, trying to update yourself on all the tea, all the drama, because you enjoy it. And what is the one thing that can spew drama and tea and basically be our real life telenovela? Hello, couples content. People have always been interested in couples, like couples in Hollywood. You know, there was iconic couples like Britney and Justin Timberlake. Other ones. And when social media started to come into play, Instagram and YouTube is the perfect breeding ground for ordinary people to put their private lives on display for everyone to see so that they can get the same reaction that celebrity couples get, which is a bunch of fans, a lot of people rooting for them, a lot of people super duper invested in their lives, and for people to follow them to see what's next for the couple. Is it going to be a house? Is it going to be a baby? Is it going to be a breakup? Is it going to be a cheating scandal? You guys catch my drift, right? But as the old Y2K Hollywood paparazzi scene died out and social media started to take over, YouTube became the perfect breeding ground for everyday ordinary people to become the new Britney and Justin, with couples now being able to give their audience a 24/7 access to the most intimate and personal parts of their daily lives for anyone to click on. YouTube couples content didn't really become a thing until around, I want to say, 2008. And if you grew up on the internet, you know, invested in Shane Dawson videos, watching Vocaloid parodies, you know, the OG internet, then if I show you guys a picture of these people, then you'll probably get a bunch of flooded memories coming back of song parodies, pranks, and all the very good and problematic stuff that came with 2008 internet. But yes, these people are Jesse and Jennifer from the most famous and OG couples prank channel, Prank versus Prank. When I tell you guys these people were huge on YouTube back in the day, they were huge, okay? I'm telling you guys now, they were the blueprint to what these new family channels and new couple channels and prank channels are forever gonna try to obtain, alright? Prank versus Prank, also known as PVP, is a YouTube channel created by Jesse Michael Wellens and his then girlfriend Jennifer Gianna Smith. In 2007, the two began to play pranks on each other and posted videos of the pranks on websites, eventually forming a channel on YouTube. The channel has more than 1.8 billion video views and more than 10.2 million subscribers as of February 2017. These people were huge. In 2014, Jenny and Jesse were invited onto VidCon to do panels, meet and greets, and all the other things that come with being a super huge YouTuber. In September 2015, Prank vs. Prank won the Streamy Award for Best Prank Show, which then in 2016, Wellens and Smith hosted a YouTube-bred original series called Prank Academy, where they taught celebrities how to pull off pranks and graded the individual outcomes. The same year, they won the Shorty Award for the Best YouTube Ensemble. Yes, the Best YouTube Ensemble in 2016, officially awarded together. That is how much people were obsessed with this couple on YouTube. During this time, they also had a separate YouTube channel called Boyfriend vs. Girlfriend, or BF vs. GF, where they posted about their daily lives. The videos often showed them walking around Philadelphia, hanging out with other YouTubers. In front of the camera, they seemed to have a pretty cool relationship where they could prank each other, cry about the pranks, laugh about the pranks, but at the end of the day, come together as a couple with a strong relationship. Yeah, that was all a lie. Behind the scenes, Jesse and Jennifer were kind of a mess. One day in late 2016, Jesse and Jenna announced their breakup on their account Prank vs. Prank and BF vs. GF, labeling it a new chapter. They confessed that their daily vlogs and videos negatively influenced their relationship greatly, which was the primary cause of their breakup. It was getting too difficult to film vlogs and prank each other every day, and when it came time to be behind the camera, their relationship put last on their very long list of keeping up with their businesses and content. The poison of YouTube culture unfortunately got to this very unfortunate #couple goals relationship, ultimately putting a demise and end to the prank versus prank era, which would then spawn a bunch of copycats who would later face the same fate that Jesse and Gina did. But when Jennifer and Jesse broke up in 2016, that's when we saw a huge influx of couple prank channels. And one of them that started in 2016 is one that you guys are very familiar with, the Ace family. Austin McBroom and Catherine set up their YouTube channel in 2016. They became very well known for the pranks that they would play on each other. They took part in challenges and began blogging day-to-day life. Later, they stopped updating daily and began posting weekly. They became insanely successful, making about $5 million per year during the peak of their career. But the Ace family didn't become the Ace family until they had their first newborn, Elle, which in turn created the Ace family, which stands for Austin, Catherine, and Elle. Their channel reaching 4 billion views as of September of 2020. They weren't shy showing off their money and clout, clothes, their mansion, and how they keep ruining their neighbors' happiness.
Stop!
However, this picture-perfect couple eventually started to decline in their views and morality. Accusations of harassment, bankruptcy, hostile takeovers, mistreatment of their partners and children showed the sad reality underneath the prim and polished surface, with footage of them being leaked all over the internet of Austin poorly treating Catherine throughout the vlogs. In October 2020, Catherine uploaded a day in the life vlog on their shared YouTube channel, and her pitch-perfect husband was seen yelling and swearing at her in the clip. There then was extreme accusations against Austin for cheating, as well as rumors of breakups, and so on and so forth. It seems that a lot of couples who start their YouTube channels for the sake of just pranking or being a couple channel eventually blow up and destroy their relationship. And Austin McBroom and Catherine, although they're still together, have also shared a similar fate to Jesse and Jennifer. And it's so crazy to me to see that there is such a specific formula that these couple channels and family channels always seem to get right. It's always crisp, clean thumbnails, being rich and being attractive, and having a bunch of kids. They are essentially living, breathing couple goals. And honestly, I think it is one of the biggest ways people can very quickly become famous and very quickly become rich. The formula is literally right there. Anyone can do it. If you want to even pretend to like be dating someone, you could definitely get clout from this, because the formula is right there. All you need to do, be somewhat wealthy already, have a nice house that you can vlog in, have a lifestyle that everybody wants, and be a conventionally attractive person with another conventionally attractive person. And that is it. And your content can be pranks or daily vlogs, whatever. It's usually only those two things, by the way. And you can do any prank you want, and no one will ever know what prank is real and what prank isn't, because the internet doesn't really know what they're seeing on screen is fake or not. Oh my god, you made it to part 2. Let's keep going. The illusion of togetherness. There is something very intriguing about being able to get the ins and outs of a complete stranger's life on the internet. It's even more interesting when these strangers are hot people who are rich, but it's even more interesting when they keep it fresh for you guys, you know? One day they'll upload a vlog about how their life is so good and happy and they just got a new dog, and then the next vlog they're losing their house. Like, literally, I I am jealous. I am so jealous of couple YouTubers because all they really do is lie. Like literally all they do is lie to their audience and they get hella clout. All they do is lie and they still have a fan base. Low-key, that's goals. It is a microscopic lens of these people's relationships and life that we get to look into, but we don't know the bigger picture. And I think these types of content creators have very much unlocked the full potential of parasocial relationships on the internet. For those of you who don't know what parasocial relationships mean, parasocial interaction refers to a kind of psychological relationship experienced by an audience in their mediated encounters with performers in the mass media, particularly on television and on online platforms. And if you're kind of a dum-dum like me, then let me explain it in dum-dum terms. Think of stan culture. There are a couple of ride or dies in a few fandoms who absolutely love their version of God and would do anything to get noticed by their God. Whether it is liking every single one of their photos, defending them, and I know what you guys are thinking. That sounds like normal fan behavior. You're right, that is normal fan behavior. But what differentiates the difference between a parasocial relationship with an influencer or famous person versus being a fan is that people with parasocial relationships feel like they have a special connection with the person that they are a fan of. Now, it's totally normal to be able to resonate with influencers or celebrities or whatever, you know, to resonate with what they believe in, their aesthetic styles, what they believe, their story. You guys get the picture. But what's not normal is to believe you're almost a part of their life, where there's a connection where you feel like you're almost going through stuff with them. And this is why I think YouTube couples have achieved the golden nugget. The reason why they're so good at building parasocial relationships with their audience is because they're not getting a house, they're getting a house with you. It's not just a baby announcement, they're announcing their baby to you. YouTube couples involve you heavily in their most vulnerable, intimate moments of life, which can easily trap people into believing that they are going through the same emotion that the couple is going through on screen. It's very, very dangerous. And that is exactly why people keep watching it. And that is exactly why they're so famous still. No one wants to watch a vanilla couple who doesn't have drama. What is this, Jim and Pam? No, we want to see Ryan and Kelly. A lot of couples' channels end up breaking up or deleting their channels because involving people in your most intimate, fragile moments in life is incredibly tiring. If you know someone who is obsessed with social media, then what I say is gonna probably sound familiar. They can't eat a meal without taking a picture of it. They can't hang out with you unless they have to post a snippet of it on Snapchat. Where for absolutely everything, they need to whip their phone out and film everything or take a picture of everything. It is so emotionally and physically exhausting and it's annoying. Trust me, I have someone like this in my life and I love them so much, but it's annoying. Like, can I breathe can I fart? Can I take a dookie without you having to pull out your phone and film me? Literally, my pants are down, coochie exposed, like taking a massive dookie. Like, why do you need to film everything? Damn! Can you let me breathe? I don't know how these OnlyFans girls do it. I don't know how they do it. Props to them. Props to them, mama. Because I could never, literally, that seems like my personal hell, having to film absolutely everything. Dude, it's no wonder a lot of these couples and channels end up going completely crazy. It's because there is this feeling of obligation and this feeling of dating your camera and not the person that you are in a relationship with. Part 3, yay, you're almost there. And let's talk about how it all goes wrong every time. I went on my YouTube community tab and I asked you guys, what is it about YouTube couples or influencer couples that makes them eventually break up? I gave you guys 4 options. I've always been interested in YouTube/social media couples and why they always end up breaking up or becoming toxic. What's your opinion on this phenomenon? The first thing that I put was Money becomes the main focus in the relationship. Too much time on camera rather than together. Viewing each other as merchandise. And then finally, the pressure to pretend everything is okay. 8% said money. 26% said too much time on camera rather than together. 10% said viewing each other as merchandise. And the majority was the pressure to pretend everything is okay. And you know what, guys? Drum roll, please. It is all of those. It is all of those. The first one that I put is money becomes the main focus in the relationship, which is true. When you make your relationship the main thing that earns you income, you are not striving to make the relationship better. You are striving to make content that is better. You are striving to become better influencers and social media users, which indirectly affects your relationship because you are no longer viewing your relationship as a relationship, but your work. And something that one of my followers said that was very, very well put, it was by Spades. I feel like a big part of it is also that they see each other as co-workers. So when they have a work disagreement and don't resolve it, it gets brought into the relationship. This is so true. When you make your relationship your work, what does that make you and your partner? Co-workers. And you know that famous saying of don't mix family and business? I think there are exceptions to this, obviously. But when it comes to social media, it's just never gonna work. It's incredibly hard. And personal relationship resentments being glossed over for the camera can turn so toxic, and it's almost in a way like you end up gaslighting yourself in the relationship. And vice versa, if you have a work disagreement of like, well, I don't want that thumbnail, or I don't want that title, it then seeps into your personal relationship because there's no distinction and there's no separation. When Dave burns the casserole, it would be very easy to be like, I can't believe you burned it. You literally ruined everything. You should have just done the recipe the way I do it. Just like we should have done the thumbnail that I wanted. See? Point is, that is a very realistic argument that can very well be happening right now in the multiverse of couples channels. It is very hard to separate your work life and personal life already as it is, but imagine your work life being your personal life. That seems so tasking, and it seems so miserable. Just like for work, when you get up and get dressed and get ready, you need to be on. If you work in customer service, okay, I'm happy, I love life, and I love people, even though you're freaking lying to yourself. Same thing with YouTube couples. Since their work is all the time, they always have to be, I love being a couple, I love our house, everything's going so good for us, God is blessing us. Of course it's gonna like strain their mental health. Like that's literally crazy. Like I could never. So when you're spending all your time in front of the camera together, you got to almost pretend like you didn't just get into a fight, like you don't have problems. When you're in a relationship, you have to add to each other's life, not subtract. And if you're spending too much time together behind the camera and not spending genuine human time together, it's going to make you very, very bitter, and you're going to slowly transform into people that you have never seen before. And honestly, I'm gonna say something that's controversial. I'm gonna say it. You guys can sue me. I don't care because I'm right. This is why I'm never shook, and I'm never surprised or gobbledygooked or whatever to find out that the husband has cheated on the wife. I said it, and I don't regret it. I don't care. You guys can cancel me. And no, I'm not drinking pee, so shut up. It just looks like it. Your reality becomes insanely distorted. That's why I'm not surprised when there's cheating scandals or, allegations of a word. What becomes important is the money and how you guys are viewed to everyone else. Part 4. It seems that there is a cycle going on, but luckily it can be broken. The way I've always described a perfect relationship is that it's always going to be you and your partner versus the world. But when your reality becomes distorted, and now becomes you versus your partner, and how somehow the other person caused all the problems that becomes your world that is now also against you. There is such a thing as good problems in life in general, and if you're having nothing but good problems in your relationship where it's, helping you guys grow and learn about each other even deeper, that's good. But if a relationship is taking such a huge toll on you to the point where, you feel like you have to pretend everything is okay, something is wrong there. And my heart goes out to anyone who's going through this type of stuff. I think there is a deadly combination of absolutely everything that I've talked about throughout this entire video, of the lust for money, your priorities and values shifting to valuing a camera over your partner, and how dangerous that can be. And it just unfortunately creates more victims like Amaranth. There should be so much power in the word no, or I don't want to film, I don't want to do this, I would like a break. But those no's and I don't want to's and I don't feel like filmings, those sayings all of a sudden to, the person who's becoming the exploiter, that sounds like you just don't want to do work. Oh, so you don't want to come in for work today, so you don't want to do your job. It gets very messy so fast. And obviously there is healthy relationships and couples out there on the internet. I'm not saying that this is every single couple either. What I'm mostly focusing on is that couples channels and making your relationship or making your partner your livelihood, or making your partner or your relationship your main stream of income, or the one thing that you use to benefit you other outside of you simply loving them, becomes toxic so fast. And it's so dangerous, and it can lead to problems in your relationship being exasperated, becoming even bigger, even more dangerous, and even more deadly. Final part. This is the question that I want to answer. How can you avoid this? It's not just the YouTube couples who can be toxic. A lot of these couples have a reality beyond the camera.
To hear an important message from your healthcare provider, press 7. Please arrive on time and review our new visitor and last policy before your appointment.
Anyways, if you watch couples content, if that's your thing, that's your cup of tea, that's fine. It's just not my favorite flavor. But I want you guys to be very aware with what you're watching, and to know that a lot of what you're watching is manufactured and it's not real, and you never know what these people are going through behind the camera. As much as you think you know them, as much as they let you in on their, daily routines, their baby's birth, whatever, you do not know these people. Point blank period. You do not know these people. And do not try to imitate what online couples do in your personal relationships. For the love of God, do not do that. You need to be able to create and define and shape a relationship that is beneficial to you and the way that you see fit. If that means to do things a little non-traditional, that's fine. Because every single person is so different, their relationships are going to be just as different. Therefore, not everyone's relationship problems are going to be the same, and how they approach how to navigate their relationship is going to be different too. And each person should do so in accordance to them and what's healthy to them, as well as seeking professional help, which I cannot emphasize this enough. Couples therapy does wonder. Therapy period does wonder. I still don't know why there's such a stigma with it. Even if you're two people trying to work things out, you need to ask for outside help. I feel like very often we fail people who are single or in relationships by shouting at them self-care, when in reality, we all can benefit from community care. Because there are some problems that you need a third perspective on. Being able to put your ego and pride aside for the sake of the relationship working out is always going to be an important thing in your relationship. If I were to give any advice on a pretty decent relationship, it would be to not be afraid to ask for help, no matter how crazy the situation is. You'd be surprised that humans are a lot more kind and willing to help than you'd think. Second would be to love each other unconditionally, because one day you guys are going to grow into people you don't recognize. You will have new passions, find new dreams to have, want to travel to different places, and have different values as you get older. And being able to love each other through each other's healing and growth can also lead your relationship to grow into a whole nother level. I would also say trust and consistency is super important. When examining these YouTube couples, it seems that there is absolutely no trust and no boundaries. There should still be all sorts of boundaries, because at the end of the day, you're still an individual and you need to have boundaries. I feel like with prank channels, there's no such thing as trust, because the main focus becomes creating distrust amongst each other for the sake of the channel. There is an extreme pattern of inconsistency, and inconsistency, I feel, is the number one killer in the majority of relationships out here nowadays. Dude, I cannot bring up this point enough. The number one thing is consistency. Being consistent in their promises, being consistent in the attitude and being consistent in the effort being put into the relationship. Consistency truly is key. And if your partner is consistently letting you down, breaking your heart, consistently making you feel like dookie, you need to run, okay? Don't care what other people think. You need to do what's good for you, which is another thing that I want to, another nugget of advice I want to give you guys is never fully lose yourself in a relationship, whether it's financially, emotionally, spiritually. Never, ever, ever give someone 100% of you. And I already know some of y'all in the comments like, that's toxic. Shut your ass up. When I say don't give all of yourself away, obviously I'm not talking about you can't be too nice to them. You can't be giving them too much money. You can't blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm saying. When I say don't give too much of yourself away, no, what I mean is don't lose the ability to be an individual in your relationship. You are not a girlfriend. You are not a wife. You are not a dad. You are not a fiance. That is just a role that has now been added onto the long line of roles that you have. You have the role of a son. You have the role of a pizza man. I don't know. But that's not who you are. So when you achieve the label girlfriend or boyfriend, that label alone cannot be so powerful to the point where it distracts you from knowing exactly who you are, knowing your worth, knowing that you are a powerful human being with your own needs, with your own fantasies, with your own dreams, with your own passions, with your own way of thinking. You can't let it completely consume you. It's okay to love unconditionally, and it's okay to be a naturally giving and forgiving person. But it's not okay when it starts to take away from who you are. I hope you guys know that you are so loved and you are so special, and each and every single one of you are so worthy and so valuable, and you are good enough to be loved in a way that you deserve to be loved. It's never too late to love yourself unconditionally and choose you. And it's also never too late to fix your current relationship, to fall back in love with your partner, to create a new relationship with someone else, or to create something completely different and new with your current partner. There's so many different complexities and nuances to love. Love is so complex, but when you're with the right person, it becomes so simple. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me blab on. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also press the notification bell so you guys know every time I upload. I am going to upload 2 videos a month, but also at the start of every month, I'm going to have like a deep dive talk with you guys. I think it'd be a very interesting series, so I'm very excited for that. Comment down below what your guys' opinions are on couples channels, on all that type of stuff. Like, let me know. But remember, guys, to keep it cute and cordial, be respectful. If you disagree with someone in the comments, I want my platform to be a place where we can have open conversation that is respectful. But before I end this video, guys, before I go away until next week, I want you guys to do me a favor, which is to make today count. Do something that you love, take a break, go play some Splatoon 3, which is what I've been doing, and it's been super fun. It's been really hard. Dude, it's literally hard. I don't know why no one has been talking about how hard Splatoon 3 is. Like, It's really hard. Anyways, go to the pumpkin patch and pick a pumpkin. Go buy a coffee from Starbucks. I don't freaking know. Just whatever you do today, make sure that it counts and make sure that it's a good day. Watch out for one another and take care of one another out there in the real world, okay? And I will see you in the next video.